and welcome to Second Meadow, the home of Biggleswade United, where we host our first pre-season friendly of the season as we prepare for the end that will start next month. 1st of August, the league campaign gets up and running, and for Gaz and Jordan, it's all about pre-season preparation. After 2 matches so far in pre-season, Biggleswade United have played 2 games, won 1 and drawn 1. A good victory a couple of weeks ago at St Neots Town, winning by 2-1, and an exciting 8-goal thriller which finished 4-4, where Biggleswade United were down to 10 men for the last 10 minutes and brought it back from 4-2 to draw the game 4-4 in a very eventful game against Winsbeck on Saturday. They now host Letchworth Garden City Eagles tonight, where Letchworth Garden City, who play in the league below Biggleswade in the Spartan South Midlands League Division 1. These 2 sides did face each other last season in pre-season. That game finished 2-2 up in Letchworth last season. We haven't got a team sheet, unfortunately, but I'll try and name as many players as I can. Obviously, when it comes to trialists, I can't really name trialists, so we won't be naming those. However, I will be naming the players who I do recognise. It does look like I can see Mason Watkins-Clark in there, Connor Inskip, Jesus Mendoza. A couple trialists, as I can see. I think Connor Inskip takes the armband today. You see Watkins-Clark, and most of them are trialists. We've got the likes of Markel Cousins on the bench with Jaden Irish, Gaz Hunt as well himself, player coach, and of course Jordan Wright, who for the first time this season, I believe, is on the touchline after missing the first couple of pre-season friendlies. We are looking to kick off any moment now as the referee counts the amount of players on the pitch. Biggleswade United in red, Letchworth Garden City Eagles in a very fluorescent yellowish green kit, looks like a high-vis. I am, of course, your commentator, Ryan Madden, and we hope for a very eventful game in the typically English summer weather of rain. We are underway here at Second Meadow for Biggleswade United versus Letchworth Garden City Eagles. So Letchworth, as I said, kick us off. It's good header back by the number 5. And Jesus Mendoza, who's out wide today. It's Jesus out wide. Got a good overlap on here. It's been intercepted. And Jesus wins the ball back straight away with the low cross. It's blocked quickly, but very quickly to try and get the ball back out. It's come straight back out to Inskip. And now back out to Joe, who's playing at centre-half alongside Mason this afternoon. That's a good over-the-top ball here to the number 7. It's good to see the start of a new era here for some of the home supporters here for the first time under Gaz and Jordan. And there's a early free kick in the opening minutes of the half from Biggleswade United. It's been a real good, strong start so far from the hosts, and they've won themselves a free kick in a very good position. It looks like Mason Watkins-Clark will be coming up for this one. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Biggleswade UTD for all latest updates from your favourite non-league club, Biggleswade United. It'll be number 7, one of our trialists, will be taking this free kick. A lot of players in the box for this. The cross coming in. It's flicked on by Josh Sterliolo, and it's in! Biggleswade United with the early lead. Josh Sterliolo, the goalkeeper's a bit unfortunate there. He's got the hand onto it, but it's then gone off the bar. And then in the back of the net, it's the best possible start for Biggleswade United. They lead by a 1-0, and it's the first pre-season goal for Josh Sterniolo. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. It's a fantastic start to this game for Biggleswade United. Exactly right off the training ground, and exactly what Gaz and Jordan would have been after in the early stages. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. As Letchworth kick us back off here, that's just under 2 minutes. I got that on my clock there from Josh Sterniolo. As Biggleswade United, we've seen this in the first couple of pre-season friendlies so far. It's a very good high press off the ball that Gaz and Jordan have the players playing so far in pre-season. Intercepted. It's going to be a throw-in here for Biggleswade United. In skip. Good. Crisp passing here from Biggleswade United. Passed around the back. I think that's actually, I could be wrong here. I think Brad Heaps is actually in goal for Biggleswade United today. He's played outfield, can also play in goal as well. That's a lovely ball wide here to Jesus. It's a little bit too far for him. But he's going to press the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had no choice there but to boot it over the bar. But it's a great start from Biggleswade United. Right from the start of this game, they pressed from the front, really creating the danger there with number 7, I believe, who won the foul. And it was a fantastic cross by him. And just Sterniolo there. Got to be a lot with the goalkeeper, but you need that sometimes in football. That's a lovely flick on there by Josh. Looking for a handball. There is a handball. And it's going to be a free kick to Letchworth Garden City Eagles in their own half. 3.5 minutes played. If you are just joining us, it is already. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Eagles 0 in our first home pre-season friendly. Oh, and Jesus looking to capitalise on that heavy touch. Number 4, Letchworth did well there, just to make sure that he didn't carry on. But Jesus' work rate again. I think that's what Gaz and Jordan really like about Jesus. We saw it last season, is pressing off the ball, and a lot of the players doing that as well from Biggleswade. It's very much good to see. In the early stages, Letchworth getting the ball, but not getting a second on it at the moment. Inskip wins the ball back. Ball over the top towards this number 7 now. The goalkeeper comes out quickly and rolls it out. It's a real fast tempo game, and the tempo is being controlled so far by Biggleswade United. Ball over the top, headed away by Mason Watkins-Clark. Now Sterniolo to Joe. And that's going to be a throw in here for Letchworth. Slightly off balance there, the fullback for Biggleswade United. So there's a packed bench as well. Jaden Irish, Gaz Hunt, Luke Starnes, Markel Cousins, Callum Elliott, who actually had a loan spell at Letchworth last season, the youngster, who's performed quite well in pre-season so far in the first 2 matches, and certainly wants to try and stake his claim. And Josh wins the ball back again now for Biggleswade United. He looks up, looking for the pass, just slightly off there. He was off balance there. Josh was unlucky. Now number 5 out to Mason Watkins-Clark. Watkins-Clark. Now back Joe. Out wide it goes. Biggleswade United not letting Letchworth have an absolute inch here. The fullback was unlucky there with a heavy touch, but it's straight back to Joe once again. Obviously, Letchworth are, of course, a step below, but they're in a similar sort of preparation for the season. They've had 1 game in pre-season so far, which was a 2-0 defeat against a team in 2 steps above now, and in Stockfold, who, of course, got promoted last season into step 4. Letchworth in step 6, Biggleswade, of course, in step 5. So it's a good run out for both teams as they prepare for the start of the new season. Biggleswade United kicking off on the 1st of August. Still waiting the fixtures to be released still. More information will, of course, be on the club's Twitter page at Biggleswade UTD as soon as we know the fixtures. We can't wait to get started. The ball's out of play here for a throw-in to Letchworth. Right through Jesus. Slightly heavy touch. Inskip, brilliant. He's been brilliant so far in the opening 6 minutes of the half, winning every single ball in that midfield. Sorry, that wasn't Inskip. Sorry, that was the number 15, one of our trialists. Just goes down, free kick, just inside United's own half here. Mason wants to take it long and does. If that bounces, he might be on here and flags up for offside against the number 7. It certainly would have been close. But the referee sees the flag now and awards the free kick there to Letchworth. And Jordan and Gaz, I think, will be delighted with the start from his team so far. Of course, as I mentioned, it is only a pre-season friendly, but you want to gather great momentum going into a season, and can't ask for much more, especially with a set piece, which looks almost right from the training ground, really. That play, throw in to Letchworth. Ball comes out. Jesus can run for this here. He's definitely got the legs to beat the defender potentially. He's going to try and get it back for the goalkeeper. He can't catch this. Letchworth have done well, but they're still in a lot of danger here as Biggleswade look to smother the ball off of Letchworth. Good triangle play there, but Letchworth managed to get the ball out of danger with a heavy touch there from the number 15. And now it's United's number 15 winning the ball back, and he's got the legs as well. Goalkeeper's got to come out and commit to this, and he's just about kicked it out of play for a throw into Biggleswade, but they're keeping the high press and high tempo going. Slightly heavy touch there from Josh, and it's gone out of play for a throw into Letchworth. 8.5 minutes gone. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Goal courtesy of Josh Derniolo with a set piece from a free kick. Play. Biggleswade still, as you'd expect, of course, playing against the Step 6 side. In full control at the moment. It's a lovely ball out wide. Intercepted. You've got a lot of trialists on the show as well that would want to try and press our new head coaches, Gaz and Jordan, and it's an opportunity for them to potentially get signed up for the new season. Only time will tell, of course. Any updates on that will be confirmed as and when through at Biggleswade GC on Twitter. Lovely bit of skill here for our number 17 on display. And now it's the number 16 from distance. It's deflected, and that's going to be out of play for a goal kick. It's come off one of our own players there, unfortunately. I thought for sure it came off a Letchworth defender there, but the referee disagreed, and it's going to be a goal kick. Clark clears the ball away strongly. It's good to see him back fit and ready to go. He had so many injury issues over the last couple of seasons. He's hoping to try and get a good pre-season to get going at the end of the month, / start of the next month. Sorry, that's a heavy touch from number 5. He did well to recover, and as did Inskip there, winning the ball back in midfield. He's been excellent so far, Connor Inskip. It's now Jesus Mendoza's dancing feet. Still Jesus. Released the ball out to Josh. Now out wide to our number 3. Jesus, so he's drifted from right to left there. He was unlucky, just missed the ball there. It's gone straight into the goalkeeper's gloves in the end. Heavy head there. And Skip again winning the ball back. And that's again Josh Sterniolo. They're really causing problems for Letchworth. Wins his team another free kick. It's a lovely pass cross field here to our number 5. One of the other trialists on display here today. Watkins Clark. Back to number 5. That ball was just slightly too heavy for him. And Letchworth have an opportunity now to get themselves up the field, but something they haven't done in the opening 12 minutes thus far. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. And there's Jesus with the flick on. Out to the 17 now. Josh has got to be careful here. He was unlucky. And the 17's fouled him. It's going to be a free kick to Letchworth. They're going to want to take it quickly. It's out to their number 9. As I mentioned, apologies, we haven't got any team sheets in pre-season. And as I mentioned, I'll only be naming the recognisable faces due to the many trialists on show for Biggleswade United today. Yeah, could be in trouble here. Biggleswade, the number 9 of Letchworth, going through. Good block by the number 5. It's going to be a first corner of the game, and it's actually going to the visitors who've weathered the storm, not just in terms of the weather, but in terms of the storm that Biggleswade United have put Letchworth through in the opening 10 minutes of the half. They look to try and get themselves back on level terms. Biggleswade United 1, Letchworth Eagles 0. Corner to Letchworth. Coming in, they won't want to concede from a set piece. Number 6 has got a lot of space here. Cross the ball back into danger. Cleared by Jesus. The out ball wasn't quite to the 17. But it's deflected. Keeper's got to get to this. He did well, the goalkeeper. Oh, I was unlucky there, the 7. Apologies, I don't actually think that is Brad Heaps, but I will try and get confirmation from Nick when I can. And Josh wins the ball back in midfield. A sloppy pass there by Letchworth, and again, he's won the free kick. Jesus. Second for the 5 on the overlap here. Skip again heads us away, but it's still not quite convincing. Again, he's won his team the free kick. There have been many fouls from Letchworth so far. Shows early signs of frustration. This can only be a good sign. Watkins Clark wants to take it quickly. It wasn't quite towards our number 17. It was a good idea, though, trying to catch the defence off guard there, but just slightly off there from Mason. He's wearing the number 9 at centre-half today. Flags up for offside. Good defensive line there from Biggleswade. Still, the game's being played at quite a fast pace here, and it's good to see a good crowd out here for our first pre-season home friendly of the 2023-24 season as we kick off properly on the 1st of August. Of course, we play Bury Town FC as well on the 5th of August in away from home in the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup. It's now Josh out wide. Intercepted. It's all about fitness levels as well. Of course, there'll be a good chunk of changes, I can imagine, at half time. So these players out there know they might only have 45 minutes tonight to impress. Of course, pre-season matches coming thick and fast. We're back again on Saturday. Myself and Nick will be on commentary for a big one. Newport Pagnell Town against Biggleswade United, live from Willem Road in Newport Pagnell. The place that both Gaz and Jordan know very well, being former players. Jordan, of course, being a former FA Vars winner with Newport Pagnell. He returned to Willem Road with Biggleswade United. Inskip over this free kick for United. 16 minutes played. It's died down a little bit in the last 5 minutes, but still most of the pressure coming from Biggleswade United. It's a lovely little flick on there for the number 7. He looks to take him on. It's now out to Mendoza with the cross in. Josh was in the box. It's now out from Inskip, who we know can shoot from distance. He thought about it, but decided not to. He's still going to carry on with a drive of 1. Letchworth player goes down, and the referee's given a free kick. It looked a little bit of a soft one. Josh gets the ball back now. It's out to Jesus Mendoza. Might go for goal himself. He does. Lovely finish from Jesus Mendoza. It was a bit of a mistake at the back there from Letchworth, giving the ball straight to Josh Sturliolo, who lays it off to Mendoza, and he gets his first goal in pre-season. It's Biggleswade United 2, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0 inside 18 minutes of the first half. And it kind of sums up Letchworth's opening 18 minutes of the half so far. But Biggleswade United, Josh was brilliant there, stayed switched on, capitalised from the missed pass from the Letchworth defender, and Jesus keeping himself in a good onside position there. Took a touch, and slotted it home into the bottom right corner. Biggleswade United 2, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. And again, pressing once again. That seems a little bit soft there. The 15 would have been in as well. The referees, he's not really let a lot go, this referee. So it's going to be one of them stop-start games, I think. Back to the goalkeeper. And you can hear Jordan right from the other side of the pitch there. He's very focal on the pitch. It's great to see he hasn't lost that off the pitch. And the shot for the number 9. First real chance at a goal for Letchworth. Hits the side netting there. But good response there from Letchworth. But as I was saying there, Jordan Wright very focal on the touchline, as you would expect. We've seen him very focal on the pitch in the past. I'm sure he's loving this on the touchline today, alongside Gaz Hunt, who I'm sure will feature, of course. Gaz Hunt being one of our player coaches, or our joint head coach, alongside Jordan Wright, with Gaz playing a role as a player coach this season. Like I said, there's a lot of new faces on display, a lot of trialists, and they're certainly putting on the show, as well as some of the regular faces as well, with Jesus Mendoza, who was with us last season, as well as Josh Sterniolo, both getting on the score sheet. Josh providing a goal and an assist so far in the opening 20 minutes of the contest. It's also the first time today in our pre-season so far that Biggleswade United have actually taken the lead first, with St. Neots taking the lead against us. The game that we ended up winning 2-1. And Winsbeck, who went into a 2-0 lead on Saturday, that game ended up finishing 4-4 in the end. Biggleswade fighting back from 2 goals down inside the last 10 minutes to draw the game 4-4. It was a brilliant fighting spirit. And that's the sort of experience you want to get in pre-season, really. Tough, contested games. And sometimes in tricky conditions, as you can see out on the pitch. Absolutely chucking it down here in Biggleswade. Fantastic summer English weather here at Second Meadow, as Letchworth look to try and get themselves back up the pitch. And that's a fantastically well-timed tackle there from Watkins Clark. He might have caught himself in the process, and this is what we're worried about with Mason here. He gives it 110%, but almost gives it a bit too much for his own body's good, I think, at times. And he's definitely feeling some discomfort down on the floor here. Gives us he's back on his feet. He's told the bench he's okay. He's going to fight on. So out of play here for a throw to the visitors. Jesus, brilliant. Still got the ball, Jesus, and it looked like a bit of a handball in there, but the referee didn't see it. That's come off Jesus. It's going to be a throw-in once again here for the visitors. Yeah, a bit of a heavy touch there from their number 3, and it's gone out of play for a Biggleswade United goal kick. It's all about fitness in the legs as well. In these pre-season games, getting the minutes underway and preparing for the start of the new season. Couldn't ask for a better start here from United as they look to try and carry on in the 22 minutes. They're up by 2 goals and they're looking to push for more here. Number 5, it was a good bit of press in there. As the squad slowly begins to take shape here for Gaz and Jordan. With a lovely flick on here to number 17. He's still done well here to stay on the ball. Looking for a bit of support. Not afraid to go by himself here. Now out to the number 3. Looks to get the cross in. He's done well here. He's looking to find Jesus Mendoza. Inskip, well-timed challenge there from Connor Inskip. He's going to try and win the ball back again here. Nothing says the referee. Inskip plays on. Now through to the 15. That's a free kick right on the edge of the area here. That's certainly within range here for Biggleswade United to try and put this pre-season friendly to bed in the opening 23 minutes. But you certainly don't want to see challenges like that in a pre-season friendly. But that just goes to show the frustration of Letchworth, who really haven't had a sniff in the opening 24 minutes of this contest. 24 minutes played. Biggleswade United 2, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. It's going to be the number 7, one of our trialists, over this free kick for Biggleswade United. Now, this would be a good way to make a name for yourself. The first time at Second Meadow in front of the home crowd. The Wolves still trying to do its job at the moment. Still a little bit of a conversation between them and the goalkeeper for Letchworth. Free kick, Biggleswade. It's up and it's over the wall and it's well over the goal and over the ground. Was unfortunate there from the number 7. You wouldn't want to be seeing that one again anytime soon. Goal kick. Flick on through here to number 15. Goes to goal for distance. It's just wide of the post. Just a reminder, Biggleswade United, we started our brand new podcast, myself, Nick, and Dean, the Biggie Talks podcast. Make sure you stay followed on Spotify to come in the next couple of weeks before the start of the new season, where we cover everything Biggleswade United men's first team, men's reserve team, women's reds and blues, the youth teams, and of course our vets team. That's a lovely ball over the top of Jesus, who's onside here. He's already got himself one. He's looking to bring a low cross in. 17 mistimed it slightly there. It's now back with Inskip. Back with Mendoza. And that's a free kick going against Jesus there. And it's going to be a free kick to Letchworth. But they've managed the game well so far, Biggleswade United. Buffett's got his time back there, and Letchworth have 4 up here if they can get this right. Straight back to the goalkeeper. It's very loud and commanding there. Oh, and Letchworth here having a good little spell here. That's the 10. Shot from distance, just over the bar, but it's some good stuff there from Letchworth, who have not really had the ball much in their final thirds, but there's a good bit of play there. There wasn't really much for Biggleswade to worry about, but of course, being 2-0 up, you can take your foot off the gas a little bit. And the number 3 here is slightly heavy touch here for Biggleswade United, allowing Letchworth to get themselves back on the ball very quickly. As you can see, very good press off the ball here from Biggleswade United. Inskip has come off his head. It's now back with Letchworth now. The number 9 gets past on number 5. Low cross in, and it's a good block here by the number 5. Good recovery, and it's going to be a throw-in to the visitors. Good to see the lads being vocal out there as well. Josh Deliolo, one of the more vocal players in the team. It's all about impressing the new coaches, Gaz and Jordan, as well, as we'll see some other familiar and new faces in the second half as well. I'm sure Inskip, brilliant interception. He's probably been the best player on the pitch for United this first half. Apologies there for any foul language you might have heard. Out on the pitch. Yeah, a little bit rushy from United here at the moment. They've got the ball back. Jesus to lose it, but then to win it back and then lose it again. Inskip, that was slightly late, and it's now going to be a throw-in. Sorry, not a throw-in, a free kick here to Letchworth Eagles. They've got themselves a good little spell here, Letchworth. It's important that Biggleswade keep their heads, because 2-0, as I say many times on these streams, can be a very dangerous scoreline. As Biggleswade would know themselves after coming back from 2 goals down on Saturday to draw the game 4-4 at Winsbeck on Saturday. The 4 with the free kick for Letchworth. Cross coming in. It's going all the way through in the end. Could have hit 2 Letchworth players' heads there, but luckily it's gone between them and it's out of play for a goal kick. So you leave the comments as well where you're watching from. And it's Jesus Mendoza looking to beat the defender here for pace, and the other defenders there had to cover him up there. Otherwise, Jesus certainly would have had him there for pace. It's now Inskip in the middle of the park, looking for the over the top to Jesus here. As I mentioned, does have the legs, but that ball might just be too far for him. It's going to be close. Oh, he's kept it in, but he's just fluffed the cross in there, and it's out of play for a goal kick. Unlucky there from Jesus. Good work, great, as always. Brilliant interception in the middle of the park. Now back to the 15. One of our trialists now to the number 3. Through the 7. Yes. That was going to be a free kick there. Jordan Wright showing no sympathy to his own player there, telling him to get up. And he would want to argue with Jordan Wright as well. That ball's coming in between there. Goalkeeper might be between 2 minds there, and he's blocked it, but only as far as the number 11 here for Letchworth. I mentioned they've had a good spell in the last 10 minutes. They've got an opportunity to half the deficit. Good block there by Josh. Now it's Jesus, as Biggleswade tend to have 3 up here for a counter-attack. Sterniolo. Through to the 17. He's just mistimed that there. Just over half an hour gone. Biggleswade United 2, Letchworth Garden City 0. Biggleswade going 2 up in the first 18 minutes through goals from Josh Daniolo and Jesus Mendoza. If you're just joining us, that ball's gone well over the ground, somewhere in the field. Jordan Wright there. Good ball boy duties there for my joint head coach, Jordan Wright. It's now the 7. Turns his man well. Now that's to Sterniolo. Didn't quite get on the 1-2 there. The number 7. He's caught something. The number 7. He's gone down off the ball. Referee hasn't seen it yet. He's crouched down as Letchworth look to continue their attack. But good defending there from the number 5. It's back with the goalkeeper. Clears his line as well. The number 7's back up now and jogging, which is good to see. And away from Mason, has come all the way fit. Comes straight to the number 9 of Letchworth here, and the referee is blown. Has actually flagged for offside. The ball was out of play anyway, and it went wide, so it wouldn't have been a goal regardless. But it's been an exciting opening half an hour from Biggleswade United's high press, high tempo football. as Gaz and Jordan look to try and implement their own style and their own system with a team they know so well in Biggleswade United. Now Joe out wide to number 5. That's Jesus. Back out to 5. Joe. Keeper wants it. Joe decided not to. Watkins Clark. Out to Joe. They've played that out well here. Out to the number 3. It's out of play for a throw. So to flick on. Number 5 hasn't cleared his lines for Letchworth. He hasn't cleared his lines twice. It's actually deflected off of Biggleswade. No, it hasn't. The referee's changed his mind, as I thought. Throw into Biggleswade. So got Jordan Gerald on the bench as well for Biggleswade today. I'm sure we'll see him at some point in the second half. Seven to on his team. It's going to be a goal kick. I thought it was going to be a corner there. I thought it might have ricocheted off the Letchworth player, but referee says goal kick. Interception by 15. It's now Jesus. Josh out wide to number 3. Calm and patient on the ball at the moment, Biggleswade. They've got the lead. They look to now continue this press. And the number 3 couldn't quite control the ball there. It's out of play for a throw. Inskip. Joe. That's the goalkeeper. He's trying to find Jesus there. It's not a bad ball. Just behind him there. Defender did well to cover him. It's gone out of play for a throw for United. Oh, Joe has mistimed that there. Goalkeeper was right. He was too far forward there. And Letchworth, they've got 4 up. I mentioned they've had a really good spell here as they look to try and end the half. Half in the deficit. Cross coming in. It's come all the way through. It's a bit of a mix-up at the back. And it's thankfully for Biggleswade United, they're going out of play for a goal kick. Defenders getting in the way of each other there a little bit. That's where you've got new players and old players there not being quite familiar with each other, as you're going to get a few times in pre-season. Mistakes happen, of course. But that time, thankfully for Biggleswade United, they didn't end up in the back of the net. And also they got themselves a goal kick. And that ball wasn't the best there, but it's back out with Mason Watkins Clark looking for the pass of Jesus Mendoza. Couldn't quite keep it in play. Jesus. Tried that a few times, Mason Watkins Clark over the top. Good pressing there from Jesus, leading from the front. Next ball is out of play for a throw into Biggleswade. It started down a little bit the last 10 minutes from a Biggleswade United perspective, but it's all good pressing again there from Josh that put the Letchworth player under pressure there. Put the ball out of play for a throw in here for Biggleswade. Josh heads the ball down, looking to do it again here. Good controlling the ball down there. Wants the free kick. Referee that time says no. And he's looking to try and keep this on here. The referee has been flagged. After what was a promising opening 20 minutes, the last 15 minutes or so, Biggleswade, it hasn't quite got going for them, but as I mentioned, they've got the 2-goal leads. And it's all about minutes here and performance and results, of course, as well. And 17 might well be on side here. And again, brilliant ball by Mason Watkins-Cart over the top there. He's done that a few times. Couldn't. Yeah, getting closer. Brilliant interception by 15. It's now Jesus Mendoza up against 2. They've doubled up on him. And Jesus keeps the ball in play. Looking for the low pass to 15. Out to Jesus now. Out to our number 5. With the cross coming in. Out to number 7. Lovely little turn by the 7. A lovely finish from the number 7. One of our trialists there. A fantastic finish. At Biggleswade United, just as they were under pressure, get themselves that decisive 3rd goal. And lovely Cruyff turn there for the number 7. And a lovely finish to add to it. It's Biggleswade United 3, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. And that one will certainly be one to watch back. As I mentioned, when you're under pressure, sometimes you've got to absorb that pressure and then go and break an attack. And that's exactly what Biggleswade United did really well there. They've kept their heads up. They've kept going. Letchworth have tried and huffed and puffed. They haven't managed to break through. And Biggleswade United, as you'd expect from the Step 5 team, are in full control up against Step 6, Letchworth Garden City Eagles. Biggleswade United 3, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Yeah, foul there from number 15. The confirmation I mentioned, number 7, that's because he is one of the trialists. We can't name those players. But a fantastic finish there from the trialist. But Biggleswade United, 3 goals to the good here. 5 minutes before half time as well. They were just about to get themselves, they were a little bit under pressure, absorbed the play. And that's a free kick against Biggleswade, which they're not very happy about. This is all without Markel Cousins as well, who scored 2 goals in his first 2 pre-season matches so far. I'm sure we'll see him in the second half. Gaz as well, player coach. I'm sure he'll get a run out in the second half potentially. Luke Starnes on the bench there. JJ, Jaden Irish as well. Mentioned just how important he is in the middle of the park for Biggleswade. In this first half, Biggleswade United full control without those players, which is a good sign of squad depth. Especially if they can keep some of these players that are on show here today. As he's continuing his work rate there. That number 3's had a torrid time for Letchworth Garden City so far. Oh, and the 7 there has been caught out here. Letchworth look to try and get themselves through. And Joe, the crucial interception there. Otherwise, one of the Letchworth attackers would have had a tap in there to make it 3-1. The ball's gone out to play for a corner. 4 minutes to go before half-time. And it looks like Biggleswade United might well be making a change before half-time, maybe? Or maybe he's not. They're just, Luke Starnes there is just changing his top, I believe. I'm sure we'll see our full host of changes at half-time. They've taken it short, almost too short for the number 2 there, but they've taken it short. Looking for the low cross, something right off the training ground potentially, but it's been well cleared by Biggleswade, but not as convincingly. It's back with the number 10 for Letchworth. Cross coming in, headed away by Watkins-Cart. The number 5 goes for the shot from distance, and a great save by our goalkeeper. It's a fantastic save. It's gone out of play for a corner. We'd like to keep their first clean sheet in this pre-season. Biggleswade, I'm sure, Daz and Jordan will want to see that clean sheet, especially Jordan Wright being a defender himself. Letchworth with the corner. Goes for a low one, and it's cleared by our first defender. It's out of play for a throw-in. I'll be still await a couple of our new sponsors for the season to be confirmed. It's a reminder to thank all of our season sponsors. We'd like to thank Winchmore Brickworth for being our men's first team sponsor of last season. VO for being our women's blue and red sponsors. Flawless Landscapes for being our reserve team sponsor. J&B Motorsport for being our vets team sponsor as well. And of course, we'd like to give a big thank you to Keech Hospice for their sponsorship of the club, as well as Recycling Lives for being our general sponsors. More sponsors will be announced in due course before the start of the new season. And also a reminder to check out our new podcast, the Biggie Talks podcast, out on Spotify. Was episode 1, which we released a couple of weeks ago. We have a couple of really good podcasts lined up, including a podcast near at the end of the month with our new head coaches, Gaz and Jordan. It should be a cracker. Make sure you stay followed to us on Twitter at Biggie Talks and Biggie Talks podcast on Spotify. Letchworth here. They've still put out a good show themselves here as they look to try and end the half with a goal here. It's low crossing, and again, well caught there by the goalkeeper. The Letchworth player down off our screens here. It's in pre-season, of course. You can get these tight, niggly injuries, muscular injuries. It looks like a pulled calf, if we're being honest. I'm no expert, but doesn't look very nice there at all. It's been to the final 30 seconds of the half, and it's been as pre-season friendlies go and opening 45 minutes go. Don't think you can ask for much more from this new exciting Biggleswade United team going into a 3-goal lead at the break. And some more experienced players potentially coming on in the second half. Markel Cousins, Jaden Irish, Jordan Gerald. So we're hoping for a show in this second half, and that is the full-time whistle, exactly on 45. Biggleswade United. It's a Letchworth Garden City player, still gets some treatment. We hope he's going to be okay. Come off at half-time with a fantastic start to this game, going 3 goals up against Step 6 side Letchworth Garden City Eagles. Goals from Josh Sterniolo, Jesus Mendoza, and one of our trialists puts Biggleswade United in full control of this first half. And of course, we're going to see a lot of changes in the second half as well. But as things go for 45 minutes, Gaz and Jordan couldn't have asked for much better for their home debuts, being in charge of Biggleswade United. Halftime score: Biggleswade United 3, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. We'll be right back for the start of the second half. Do not go anywhere.
Hello from Biggleswade Market in the Market Square. Mr. Branson's in town, so I just place it for you. But look what they've got in the front. Our shirt. Come inside with me. You've got everything you need here. All the sporting gear, and not just sporting gear. Where is the corner? We've got the shirt here at the front. Doesn't it look great? But let's find out if we're actually selling any of it. How is it going?
It's going very well, thank you.
Are we selling anything?
We are.
Are we?
We've sold quite a few tops, but I need some bigger sizes.
All right.
Double XLs, even 3XL.
Okay.
All the big men round here. Been asked quite a few times. And scarves, hats.
Oh, yes.
And then I can make a big display for you.
Brilliant. We're getting all that. Yeah, I think. Well, this is great news. So I'll sort all that out. I'll talk to the right people.
No, that's one of the things. I have customers coming in here asking when the matches are on and if they're playing today, and I'm like,
just say.
Have you got a list? Have you got a list?
We've got that. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. there's a game on.
Okay.
Every Sunday, 2 p.m. there's a woman's game on. But I'll give you a lifter for that. So this is great.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank
We
you very
just
much.
want more stock, so then I can do more of a display for you.
We'll definitely do that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's all
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Let's go and win the game. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look at that. Isn't that brilliant? There it is. Come on, Biggleswade. Today, it's Biggles United Day. I'll tell you why. In fact, let me get somebody else to tell you.
So in print, your Biggleswade pictures, images are ready. So come through, you can have a look.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. Massive place.
I'll show you more about what's going on and everything and stuff like that.
So, that's the.
Yeah. That's how the wall.
Yeah.
I select the bone and then put on the meat. That is the quality.
Uh huh.
Then the best quality. Fuel. Just like a fuel.
That's it? Wow. What now?
You want me to cook it?
No, we got it right. We got it right. Can I feel useful? Yeah. Thank you. See, I'm helping now. Welcome to the changing room of the home team, Biggles United. What do we think? What do we think?
Good, very good.
Oh, you're on twice. Let me see. Once. Twice. So are you, Tracy. Once. And I thought the other mural could actually go somewhere that reminds the players that they are the club, but they're not just there on their own. Let me show you. There. He is also here.
Referees, officials back out for the second half as most of the players for both sides have been out for quite a while. Seeing there'll be a lot of changes at the start of this second half after a very convincing display. Biggleswade United going 3 goals to the good at half time. Looks like we're going to see Jaden Irish, Gaz Hunt, Markel Cousins, Luke Starnes all coming on, Jordan Gerald, couple other new trialists as well. I will name a few more as and when I see them. Yeah, Markel's on. Joe, I believe, is still on. Jaden Irish. I'm sure Letchworth have a whole host of changes as well. Of course, we'd like to thank you all for joining us here as we prepare for another thrilling season, hopefully for Biggleswade United under a new management in Gaz Hunt and Jordan Wright. Of course, backroom team as well. Dale Digweed, who's still on the touchline. Marv, who's been promoted from the reserves, a Biggleswade United legend round here. And of course, Josh Thomas, our goalkeeping coach as well, continuing his duties from last season. Looks like we've got a new goalkeeper as well for the second half. Looking to impress another new trialist goalkeeper. It's Luke Starnes. Gaz Hunt is on. Markel Cousins is on. A couple other players as well. As Biggleswade United get us underway for the second half here at Second Meadow. There we go. Markel Cousins already got 2 goals in this pre-season so far. Why not make that 3-3? Letchworth, Garden City Eagles. I'm not sure how many changes they have made. JJ getting the ball back. It's now out through to Markel Cousins. It's Markel, low pass in there. Couldn't find Jaden Irish, who's taking the armband off in skip. Now it's Gaz Hunt. Might have to go for goal himself, and it's just wide to the post. Flags up for offside. That must have been quite a late call there. Player coach here, Gaz Hunt there, going for the goal. There must have been an offside in the build-up there. For anyone who's got eagle eyes, you'll see a familiar face at the back who I'm not sure if I can quite name, but he has been at the club previously, has played with Jordan Wright and Gaz Hunt in the past couple of years back. He's on trial here today. As mentioned, any eagle-eyed Biggleswade United supporters, I'm sure, will recognise him. It's going to be a free kick here for Letchworth. The guy out front is a trialist as well. Hasn't got a number on the back of his shirt, so apologies. Gaz winning the ball back in midfield. A bit of a loose pass there. Couldn't quite find Markel Cousins. It's now out wide towards number 19, another trialist. Trying to find the forward. Couldn't quite find him. It's with the goalkeeper. It looks like the same sort of team that was out for the first half, actually, for Letchworth. The numbers still look the same. Biggleswade United are a much changed team. I'm thinking probably around 7 to 8 changes at half time, as you'd expect in a pre-season friendly, when they try and get as many players to get minutes as possible to impress. The first team in the first half certainly couldn't have done much more to impress Gaz and Jordan in that first half. And through here, forward here for Biggleswade United with our trialists. Just going out wide, players in the box if he can find them. So low crossing straight into the feet of a Letchworth player though. Good interception there by Joe. How about the JJ? Gaz. Starnes. Back to Gaz. Looking for the overlap here to find the number 12. Just too far for number 12 there. It's going to be a goal kick. Callum Elliott warming up as well. He'll be eager to come on and impress. from Gaz. Going out to play for a throw in to Letchworth. Keep his lines well there, Gaz. Gaz with stance. Number 6. That's number 19. As I mentioned previously in the second half, I'm mentioning numbers. It's because they're try lists that cannot be named at the moment. It's now Markel Cousins, a familiar face, out to Jaden Irish, who loses the ball. I think he wants the free kick there. Referee says no. As Letchworth look for a counter here, it's a 2-on-2 if I can get this right. And there's a nice idea there, just wide of the post. It's now played out short to Joe. After it's 12. And Gaz have a little 1-2 there with 12. Quite fine forward. It's going to be play for a throw, and I want to take it quickly here, Biggleswade. 12. Gaz. Lovely ball over the top. Kel's on side here. He looked on side for me. He's gone past the last defender to get the ball. Certainly looked on side, but because I probably haven't got the best of angles from here compared to the linesman. That ball's gone straight out to our number 19. And Michael Cousins looking for the 1-2 with 19. It's gone straight to the defender though. Down back with the goalkeeper of Letchworth Eagles. Oh, the goalkeeper's there. The way of defender, but he's managed to clear his lines well there in the end. Back out now with Jaden Irish. Through to 19. It's a loose pass in the end for 19. He's won the ball back, then lost it again, but it's in the middle here. It's with Gaz Hunt. Lovely ball out wide to number 12. If you can get this right. His body's in the box. Low cross in. Straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper. Unlucky there. Positional play there. It's back out with Markel Cousins right from the goal kick now. It's Markel Cousins. Might want to go for it himself here. It's Cousins. Well blocked. He's got the opportunity for a rebound. That's ricocheted. And it's going to be a corner. Good work there for Markel Cousins. And the number 19 for the interception right into the feet of Markel Cousins. And in the form he's been so far in this early stage of the preseason, you know he would have fancied that. Had one chance, blocked. Had the second chance. It was ricocheted. Out of play for a corner. It's going to be Gaz over the corner. Biggleswade United looking to make it 4-0. 5 minutes into this second half. The preseason friendly. Cross coming in. It's not a bad one. Straight to the feet of a Letchworth player, and it's booted it out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for United. Jordan making sure the team stays in shape there. Throwing out now to Jaden Irish. It's the box. Couldn't quite find a player there, Jaden. Pressing there from the forwards. It's JJ. Positional play there from JJ. JJ will use that stellar left foot there to find Markel Cousins. Tried to turn his man there. Defender did well up against Markel there. It's come straight back out to Jaden Irish. Back to Kel. Big Stone's good pressing there on the goalkeeper. Away and out of play for a throw into Letchworth. I think It's important as it is, of course, to get the result. It's, as mentioned, all about trying to get as many players to get as many minutes as possible in the preparation for the new season. Markel Cousins. A lovely flick on through to Gaz. He could be through here. It's Gaz Hunt. A bit of skill there from Gaz. There's no one really there to help him and support. He's got the ball back, though. Now back to Jaden Irish out wide to Markel Cousins. Oh, and it's just come off Markel there. Goal kick, defended it well. 54 minutes played. If you're just joining us here, we're at the second meadow. It's Biggleswade United 3, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Goal scorers in the first half. Just Sterniolo, Jesus Mendoza, and one of our trialists. And what a stellar first half display. Biggleswade making up to around 8 to 9 changes by the looks of it. Might be even more than that, actually. JJ. Gaz. Out with Jaden. Didn't quite find Markel. Out with 19. Joe's played him on the side here. He's done well. He's still got a bit of defending to do, though, and he's covered him brilliantly there. Still danger, though, for Biggleswade. Letchworth try and get themselves a goal back. And again, it's now blocked off there by the number 19. And it's out of play for a throw-in to the visitors. Oh, Gaz. Just too far there from Gaz. Good header away there. As if we can play Markel Cousins in here. He's on. Wasn't quite the pass that Kerr would have wanted, but Jordan praises the effort nonetheless. Uh, 12 to Luke's dance. So unlucky there. Throw into Biggleswade. Stans. Quite a good there. Luke's dance is back out with Gaz Hunt though. Now out to Joe. He's looking for that pass of Markel Cousins. The defender hasn't let it bounce there. He did well. Back out with 19. 19 to Markel. Jaden Irish looking for the 1-2 with Markel Cousins. He's got a bit of work to do to get this ball. Defender's going to be under pressure. If you thought he was under pressure with Jesus in that first half, he's got Markel Cousins to deal with in the second. So it looks like Biggleswade United preparing a substitution. It's going to be a familiar face for Letchworth. It's going to be Callum Elliott, who was on loan at Letchworth from Biggleswade United last season. And based on what we've seen on pre-season so far from Callum, I think that loan really did do him good because he's come back and he's looked really energised in this pre-season so far. And he's up against his former team of last season, his loan team from last season. And another chance to impress now for Callum Elliott, who comes on around 12 minutes into the second half. And I believe that's now 11 changes. I think we've made 10 changes at half-time. Callum's now the 11th. Joe comes off for Callum Elliott. So I believe now it's a whole new 11, including the goalkeeper for Biggleswade United. Of course, we do have rolling subs as well in pre-season as well. So don't be surprised too much if you see some players from the first half coming on again in the second half. Now, Gaz Hunt. So it's on, it's Luke Starnes with the flick on. Find the number 2, JJ with a header down. Callum Elliott looking to impress right from the get-go. He's been fouled, free kick. Good play there from Callum Elliott. youngest ever goal scorer for Biggleswade United, with the goal that he scored at only the age of 16 in the United Counties League against Peterborough Northern Star. Elliot plays on. Starnes got in the way, and the referee's pulled it back for a free kick to Biggleswade. JJ with the free kick. Cleared away by the defender. It's going to come back out to JJ. It is. JJ with the cross. Might be just too far for Kel here. He's got a bit of running to do. He's kept it in play though. As Markel Cousins on the far side. Up to 6. He's done well there. It's out of play. Throw into Biggleswade again. To be into the hour mark. Biggleswade United. Still 3 goals to the good, thanks to 3 goals in the first half. Got a completely new 11 out for the second. Shouldn't have given a foul throw against Markel Cousins there. You don't see that very often. Very good. That's right. Free kick against Jaden Norris. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It's back with Biggleswade though. Luke Starnes. Oh, it's poor passing in there from Starnes. He knows he can do better. Again, this is what pre-season's all about, though. Getting those minutes in, trying to get fresh. Some of these players, it must be a bit weird coming into a game 3-0 up, but they'll want to try and impress themselves. And Markel Cousins using his dancing feet to get forward, and now the forward could be through. Flags up. The ball is in the back of the net, or cleared off the line in the end. It must have been a close call there. But lovely bit of work there for Markel Cousins, and Jordan certainly appreciated the effort on the touchline. Number 6 stays down here for Biggleswade United. He looked to land very awkwardly there. And looks like Jaden's signalling for the sub to be made for him as well, which isn't good to see. You don't like to see it, especially if it's on the try list as well. Stay down as well. Gives Jordan a bit of an opportunity to send some messages across to his players. He's certainly got a good selection to choose from, with 22 players on show already in this game. Interesting to see just how many we can keep on for the start of the new season, which we will kick off on the 1st of August. Still, the fixtures are waiting to be announced for the Spartan South Midlands League season. But what we do know, and what is confirmed, we will be playing Bury Town FC at Bury St Edmunds, not actual Bury. On the 5th of August, Saturday the 5th of August, in the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup. Should be a cracker. The Biggleswade United get their FA Cup qualifying journey underway on the 5th of August. As I mentioned, fixtures will be announced in due course, hopefully very soon. And the number 6 getting helped off by Josh Thomas, one of our coaches, and Luke Starnes. I think Del Digby's coming to help him out as well. It's very unfortunate for the lad who just come on as well. In the first 15 minutes, he's going to get hobbled off. He can't put any pressure by the looks of it on his right foot. He's Del giving him a piggyback there by the looks of it. Only in non-league you'd see that, but hopefully it isn't too serious. It doesn't look good. He's going to be off, and one of our players, one of the trialists from the first half, will be coming back on for the second. Dell, a man of many jobs here. Human stretcher being one of them today. Hopefully, we wish number 6 full recovery. Hopefully, it's not too serious. But the fact he can't walk on that foot is not a good sign for the lad. We wish him all the best. And Markel Cousins to play now. It's back underway. Oh, and he's just slipped there. The forward was unlucky. It's out of play for a goal kick to Letchworth Eagles. JJ stayed in from JJ. Forwarded looking to capitalise. He's got bodies up here as well. Gets the cross in. Ooh, wasn't far off and right in the back of the net almost there. Callum Elliott was at the back post. He appreciated the effort. He's actually gone out of play for a throw. It was a see, it's a good experience as well. One of the Letchworth players now coming off. But just to say that obviously Biggleswade United being 3-0 up at half time, it could be quite difficult for 10 players to come in at half time being 3-0 up in the circumstances. But Biggleswade United so far, they'd want to show a professional performance in the second half and try and get a couple more to, for their home supporters to cheer about, just as they did in the first half. But sometimes it can be difficult coming into a game like that, and it's a good experience, especially to have that in pre-season. There's now Gaz, lovely ball out to Jaden Irish, looking to find Luke Starnes, who takes the shot on, and it's a tap-in the end from our forward, one of the trialists, who makes it 4. It's a lovely team movement goal there. It was Jaden to Starnesy, to one of our strikers up front on trial. And I don't think that's his first goal of the campaign so far either. He's made a real name for himself as trialist. And Biggleswade United now 4 goals to the good. "66 minutes played. Biggleswade United 4, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0, and Biggleswade United putting on a show in their first home pre-season friendly of the season. I believe our next match is on the road in pre-season. We'll be live, myself and Nick, at Willem Road for Newport Pagnell Town versus Biggleswade United, former United Counties League team, Newport Pagnell, of course. 2-time FA Vars finalists. They won it a couple of years ago with Mr. Jordan Wright, our joint men's first team head coach, being a part of that Newport Pagnell team at Wembley that won a couple of years ago. So he returned to the club a year later. Biggleswade United, that was a year later. And now as a joint head first team coach alongside Gaz Hunt. And that's a lovely ball. Jaden can get there. Goalkeeper did well there, was alert. And Markel Cousins. We're definitely seeing the difference in quality of the two sides here today. Gaz Hunt, Markel Cousins, and I think the ball was flat. That's why Markel left it. Now, I think the important thing here is where they want to try and keep this clean sheet across both sets of 11s that came on in the first half and the second half. Jordan will want that clean sheet. He used to play as a defender, of course. He'll value that clean sheet just as much as the goal scoring on display here. A little bit of lack of concentration from the number 12 of Biggleswade, with Jaden Irish winning the ball back using his experience brilliantly. Now it's JJ looking to find Markel Cousins, ball to feet, lovely. He still hasn't got in on the act yet. I'm sure he will want to. Markel Cousins hit the back of the Starnsy's heel, but it's come straight back to Kel. Now it's Trilers who got our 4th goal. Gaz Hunt looking for the ball over the top here. It's not far off for the 19. Goalkeeper just about did enough there to put him off. Lets it go out of play for a goal kick. When you see the difference between this season and last season, if you want to try and, if you see anything in this, but also Biggleswade United and Letchworth played out a 2-2 draw at Letchworth at the start of pre-season last year. Very much a different contest here at Second Meadow this season's pre-season. Markel Cousins wants to get the cross in. It's deflected now. Starnsy is deflected. It's a goal, and it's 5-0. And Luke Starnsy is in on the act. And Biggleswade United turning on the tempo now. Just 20 minutes to go now, and they're putting on a show. It's Biggleswade United 5, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. And it's Markel Cousins with the assist as well. And after it took about 10 minutes for the new 11 who came on in the second half to get going. They've very much got going now in the second half. Still 20 to play. And a lot to learn as well for Letchworth, of course, who, as I mentioned, are a step below. They play in the Starting South Midlands League Division 1. It'd be a good experience for them being out there as well. But for Biggleswade United, they've been a class above today. And they've had some real competitive games. And this one not as competitive. But Letchworth have been good in stages. But at the moment, Biggleswade United showing off and showing really what they're all about. And if you're Gaz and Jordan, you can't really ask for much more than what Biggleswade United are offering so far in this game. Taking just misses out there. And we've got to remember as well, at 2-0, there was a good 20-minute period where Letchworth were really putting on the pressure on Biggleswade. They weathered that storm, countered and got the third goal. And really, since then, Biggleswade United have not looked back. They got the opening goal as well inside the first 2 minutes. And it's just Sterniolo. All different goal scorers as well, which is always good to see. Oh, it's just too far for him. For the flick on there, Markel Cousins. Gaz wins the ball back. Takes his time. How about with Jaden? Through to number 3 here. He's kept the ball here. He's done well. There's 2 up with him. He's played it through. It's deflected. Now number 2 wants to get in on the outs. It's blocked off the line almost there. And it was nearly 6-0 to Biggleswade United. Good defending there by Letchworth. For Biggleswade United perspective and the supporters of Biggleswade United, I would certainly be impressed. Number 3 who's come on is actually Jaheim Flemings, another former player from last season. I think just seen that Jaheim come on. I think that's actually 23 players that have featured. I don't think Jaheim wasn't in the first half. Apologies if you weren't, Jaheim. It's now Gaz Hunt. Couldn't quite find ball to feet to Jaden Irish. That's Gaz. Markel keeping it in play. Gaz. Oh, could be in trouble there. 16 did really well. 16 being Gaz Hunt. Now it's Jaden Irish. bit of 50-50 there. Gaz didn't quite look very past there. I was looking to find Callum Elliott. Just over 15 to play. Biggleswade United 5. Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. They'll certainly want to try and keep this clean sheet now in the last 15 minutes. Brilliant defending there from Luke Starnes. That's JJ. JJ looking to find Kel. Wasn't quite his crisp left foot there, JJ. And he apologises to Markel Cousins for it. We appreciate the effort, Kel. That's a loose ball, and Jaheim can capitalise here. It's Jaheim Flemings. Biggleswade United. He's got Callum Elliott alongside him as well. Still Jaheim. Look to try and find Callum Elliott. Markel Cousins in acres of space screaming for the ball there. Didn't quite see him in time though. Letchworth back on the ball now. Good pressing as well there from Callum Elliott. Team is certainly gelling well and beginning to take in shape. $15 to go. Biggleswade United 5, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Starnes with the header away out of play for a throw to the visitors just before the halfway. Starnes heads away. Jaden Irish. Lovely flick on Kel. He's got Jaheim with him, but Markel will certainly want to go alone. He's not. He's passed it to Jaheim Flemings. Goes for shot himself. It's saved from the goalkeeper. But it was a brilliant counter-attack. Quick, fast tempo from Biggleswade United. They've got themselves a corner. Jaheim unlucky. Markel very unselfish there. Played it through to Jaheim, who was in acres of space. And the goalkeeper, who hasn't had a lot to shout, but has made some decent saves in there, despite conceding 5. Made another crucial save there for Letchworth. Stayed switched on, and Biggleswade United get themselves a corner. But they're still going, despite being 5 goals to the good up. They still want to carry on. And interestingly, Biggleswade keeping 3 players back there to make sure it ain't a 2-on-2. Gaz with the cross. Jaden Irish with the header, just wide of the post. Goal kick. If you'd like to sponsor a player, £75 per season. More details will be on our Twitter page. And we've got a couple of events coming up, including an evening with Guillaume. That's in Leicestershire. £25 entry on the 2nd of August. That's Sunday, the 2nd of August. I believe there's very much a very limited tickets left for this. It's going to be a great evening where Guillaume will talk about his journalism career, working for CBS Sports as well, like Sky Sports in the past, BBC Sports and all sorts, as well as talking Messi, Ronaldo. But here's Jaheim Flemings, who could well be through with the cross. It's just too far there for the try list. But yeah, very good event. I believe that might be a few more local events coming up. That Guillaume will be arranging that you can go to. All proceeds will be going towards Biggleswade United as well. So it's a fun way for us to raise money, and our club chairman, Guillaume Balagay, an evening with Guillaume. That one's in Leicestershire, but there'll be more events and dates lined up in due course very soon. Good to see the same intensity from both 11s. It's good to see that you can definitely tell the instructions that the gaffers, Gaz and Jordan, have been implementing in training, certainly been taking shape on the pitch so far in pre-season, which is a very good sign. Of course, it isn't competitive football yet, but it's all we can play at the moment until the real stuff kicks off on the 1st of August. Callum Elliott intercepted. Starnsy, good second ball winning there. And Elliott winning the ball back as well. Now back out to Luke Starnes. Out wide to 19. This is really good stuff here from Biggleswade United. Dynamic switch of play. 19, ball defeat to Markel Cousins. Turns one, couldn't quite turn the second. It's now Starnsy. Gaz Hunt looking to win the ball back. He's definitely fouled his man there. Free kick. .11 to play. Number 6 is down here for Letchworth. Still, Jordan's still not satisfied there. Looks to make sure the system stays as it is and try and stay defensively solid. And with just over 10 minutes to go now, the important thing would be now for Biggleswade United to get their first clean sheet of this pre-season campaign. On the number 9 here, could go for goal for the distance. We haven't really tested either goalkeeper so far there. That one just wide of the post. Starnes, good passing around from the back here from Biggleswade. They're comfortable with it. It's JJ. Out to Callum Elliott, who's lost the ball there. But he's still going to continue to press the number 12 of Letchworth now. Elliott, who's number 11, goes for the shot. And I believe that might well be one of Letchworth's first shots on target there. I'll try this goalkeeper there comfortably into his gloves. Markel will want to continue to chase this ball down. He thought he kept it on. The linesman right on hand there has said it hasn't gone. He said it goes out. Markel's not very happy, but throwing goes to Letchworth. Starnsy was late there. It's free kick to Letchworth. Good pressing there from our try-list striker. Raheem and Markel ahead of him. It's flicked on now through to Markel Cousins. Now through to Jaden Irish. Might want to go back to Markel. Returns himself here, Jaden Irish. Our try-list forward who got our 4th goal. Couldn't quite find Markel there or the position himself to turn his man and score. And could be in a bit of trouble here, Biggleswade. They want to try and keep that clean sheet, of course. Number 9, it's over the bar there, and they haven't been able to finish in front of goal there, and that kind of does sum up Letchworth's evening here. So they look to find another ball. Flat ball. We'd like to thank all of the last season's sponsors. Windermere Brickworth for being our men's first team sponsor last season. VO for being our women's blues and reds team's sponsors. Flawless Landscapes for being our men's reserve team sponsor. JMB Motorsport for being our vet team sponsors. Flawless Landscapes, I've already said that, sorry, apologies, it's still pre-season for me as well. Recycling Lives for being our general sponsor, and the Keech Hospice Care for being last season's ground sponsor. We are in the process of announcing very soon our new ground sponsor for the new season. It hasn't been confirmed yet, so I'm not going to say it just yet, just in case. We've got other sponsors ready to be announced very soon as well. Jaheim wants to try and get onto that ball, but that ball's just too far from Jaden Irish, and it's the gloves of the Letchworth Goalkeeper. And number 12 is in here. I think flag will stay down here. It has. It's a 3-on-3 here, potentially. I'm going to try and show their professionalism here and keep this clean sheet. You're just seeing the amount of players still back for Biggleswade. There's 6 minutes to go, and you're seeing the importance of wanting to try and keep this clean sheet. The game is very much as a contest. It's home and hosed. But the importance of this clean sheet, I think, would be vital for confidence for defensively for Biggleswade United. Markel Cousins. Lovely pass, and he's onside here. As one of our trialists looking to make it 6 and his second of the afternoon. Fantastic finish. That's his second goal. Our trialist up front in that second half. Goalkeeper's come out, committed himself, and he's managed to get the ball round him and tap it home for number 6. Biggleswade United 6. Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Biggleswade United with 3 goals in the first half and 3 in the second. All with 11 changes from that first half. Well, 10 changes at half time, including the goalkeeper, and then Callum coming on with 15 minutes later. Of course, one of our trialists as well did come off injured 15 minutes in the second half. We wish him all the best. It did look a sore one, with Dale having to carry him off the pitch. We hope he has a speedy recovery. As we've got 5 minutes left, and I don't think the referee will be adding too much stoppage time in the circumstances. But there's certainly, if Biggleswade United can keep the majority of the players we've seen on the show here today, there's certainly fantastic competition for places. Of course, I must stress, of course, Letchworth are a step below in the pyramid, and they do play in the Division 1 of Spartan South Midlands League with Biggleswade United in the Premier Division. However, you can only play with what's in front of you. And what we've seen tonight is a masterclass from Biggleswade United in the first and the second half. And what will just round that off perfectly will be getting that clean sheet. As you're seeing now, Biggleswade United keeping their shape well. It's a good 4-3-3 here. Letchworth will want to try and get themselves a consolation. So it's important that United keep their heads screwed on. Brilliant interception there by Gaz Hunt. The trialist, he's on a hat-trick, and that's a lovely ball to him. If he can get past the goalkeeper. That time the goalkeeper got the better of him. He was raring to go there for a potential hat-trick. Elliott. Jaden Irish. Back to Callum Elliott. Jaheim Flemings. Wants the 1-2 there, Callum. He gets it, but I think he got it a bit too late there, Callum. Jaheim wanted that a couple seconds earlier. He slightly hesitated as Jaheim, just before Jaheim played it into him. And if he played it in a couple seconds before Jaheim, I think Callum would have been in for the overlap there. And our trialist up front would have been in the middle there looking to get himself a hat-trick. JJ splits away. 2.5 minutes to go. Biggleswade United 6. Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. In Biggleswade United's first home pre-season friendly of the season. They've certainly put on a show, and something for the Biggleswade United supporters potentially to be excited about going into the new season. I'm going to try and still keep this clean sheet here. Flags up for offside. It's over the bar anyway, but the flag's up. Got 90 seconds of the half to go. But we'll either have a post-match with Gaz and Jordan, or either one. We might try and get both. If not, it'll most likely be with Jordan Wright, as I believe it's first time on the touchline today. It's just had a couple matches on holiday. Of course, he's been well a part of the training. He's had a couple of events on the last couple of matches, so this is, if it isn't his first game on the touchline, it definitely would be his second if he was at the game Saturday. I'm not quite sure if he was. Well, from minute one, Biggleswade United put the pressure on Letchworth from minute one. They got themselves that free kick. They went 1-0 up, and they have not looked back since. It's been an immaculate display. Sometimes playing these teams from the league below can be a bit of a challenge, but Biggleswade United have made sure to give the right challenge ahead here. He wants to play on here, and he does play on here, the trialist. He's on a hat-trick. Oh, it's deflected, and it's in. It's 7. I'm not sure if it will be his goal, but the trialist has got himself the hat-trick. He got fouled as well. Almost pushed off the ball there almost, but the linesman and the referee play on, and that's 7, and that is a hat-trick for the trialist in that second half. Fantastic from him. And right on the stroke of the end of the game, I'm sure the referee will be blowing the whistle any second now. He gets himself a hat-trick, and he's certainly giving Gaz and Jordan something to think about potentially for a future new signing. I will not be naming names. Certainly not be naming names. But whistle will be any second now, you'd think now. Biggleswade United 7. That's right, 7. Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. It's been an immaculate display from Biggleswade United. Letchworth still playing. Full credit to them in the circumstances. That's back out with number 12, who's got himself a heavy touch there. They want to try and keep that clean sheet here, United. Markel Cousins. I think it was Red United done here. Markel keeping the ball up against 2 players. Referee checks his watch. I'm sure this will be one of the last plays of the half. Gaz back to the goalkeeper. And that is the full-time whistle here at Second Meadow. It's been an absolute masterclass of footballing play from Biggleswade United in their first home pre-season friendly. They have certainly given the fans something to be excited about with a fantastic display of football. Of course, Letchworth Garden City Eagles in the league below. However, you can only play with what's in front of you. 22 or 23 players on display here today, all really putting on a show and making names for themselves here and really giving Gaz and Jordan something to think about. A potential selection headache ahead of the new season. Let's hope that goals from Josh Derniolo Jesus and our number 7, who trialist in the first half, made it 3-0 at the break. And goals from Luke Stance and a hat-trick from one of our other trialists that came on in the second half with a fantastic display by him, getting a hat-trick in the second half, his third right at the end, puts scoreline at a quite incredible Biggleswade United 7, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. We will have post-match thoughts from Gaz or Jordan on our Twitter page at Biggleswade UTD. We'd like to thank all of our last season sponsors as we await to confirm our new sponsors. We'd still like to thank our previous sponsors, Wintermore Brickworth for being our men's first team sponsor, Recycling Lives for being our general sponsor, Flawless Landscapes for being our men's reserve team sponsor, VO for being our women's blues and reds team sponsors, J&B Motorsports for being our vets team sponsor, and the Keech Hospice Care for being our formal ground sponsor. We will be announcing our new ground sponsor very soon, so make sure you check out at Biggleswade UTD on Twitter as and when that gets announced. If you'd like to sponsor a player, it's £75 a season. Contact Biggleswade United at gmail.com for more information. That's going to wrap it up from me here at Second Meadow in what has been an attacking masterclass and also good defensively from Biggleswade United. It's finished here at Second Meadow. Biggleswade United 7, Letchworth Garden City Eagles 0. Also, make sure you check out our new podcast at Biggie Talks on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify for more episodes. We have we have the first podcast already out, and we've got more to come throughout the month. So make sure you check us out on Spotify, Biggie Talks, and follow us on Twitter at Biggie Talks on Twitter. And of course, the club Twitter is at Biggleswade UTD. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next time where we're back on the road against Newport Pagnell Town at Woodham Road. It's Newport Pagnell Town versus Biggleswade United. That's our next pre-season friendly. Should be a cracker on Saturday. Make sure you join me and Nick for that. But for me, that's going to about wrap it up here. I've been your commentator, Ryan Madden, and we'll be back very soon.